95 Libyan nationals arrested at an alleged illegal military camp near White River in Mpumalanga will return to court tomorrow. The suspects are accused of contravening the Immigration Act by irregularly acquiring visas. This matter was postponed last week to secure an Arabic interpreter. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi joins us now from White River ahead of the court hearing tomorrow. Linda, good evening to you. Let's begin with why this matter was postponed.
Well, you'll remember that for people that generally don't understand English, they would indicate to a court that they would like a court interpreter. And this is the case with the 95 Libyans. They want an Arabic court interpreter so that they're better able to follow proceedings. This, of course, is in line with their constitutional rights, to a fair trial, and that means that accused persons being able to follow proceedings in a language that they understand. There are far-reaching, implications to this issue of people being able to follow proceedings in a language that they understand, because certain decisions may be made and they give instructions based on what is happening in court. So the decision was then taken that the matter would stand down, to allow the courts to arrange an Arabic court interpreter who will be able to relay all the information to the 95 Libyans. We understand that only just about three of the 95 understand English, and for the rest of them it will be difficult, of course, to follow these proceedings. But the NPA is saying that this is important also because if you look at issues around the legal representation, they would need to indicate to a court whether or not they're going to be appointing lawyers from their own pockets or even going for legal aid, and that would mean communication needs to happen in court. So largely this matter has been stalled by the fact that there wasn't a court interpreter. So when they return tomorrow, we'll be hearing whether or not they were able, or at least the court was able to secure that particular court interpreter. But this matter, as you understand, is a matter that has really sparked a debate and conversations about why police were not even able to pick up such an operation in this country, taking it months to, do that particular bust. But from the information that we have so far, is that the 95 accused persons that obtained visas irregularly in Tunis, in Tunisia, and the understanding there was that they were coming to South Africa for studying, but it seems in that particular operation it then overextended itself, now operating in a military format, meaning that they were allegedly operating a military camp. From the information that the police were able to share at this particular point, given of course that investigations are underway, they're saying the site itself was, registered, it was legally registered, but it seems they went beyond what they were supposed to do by then operating a military camp. Let's take a listen to what the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, had to say about this particular operation.
All indications here are pointing to this being more of a military training facility than an ordinary security training center. That is definite, that is certain. And we want to emphasize on this that for everybody to be certain that up to now, and we don't think there's going to be any other thing much that we'll still find out about this. It's more military than security, if you like, wholly military, and maybe less or partially security. That's a concern, of course.
Now, of the 95 accused persons, or the 95 Libyans that have been arrested, there's been questions around why the operator of that camp has not been arrested. Now, the clear answer that journalists have been getting was that the police are not ruling out any possibilities of adding any more charges or even making further arrests. The NPA telling Newzroom Afrika last week that, in fact, why they decided to even enroll this matter was based on the facts or the investigations that the police had conducted. They are directed by those investigations, and that is why the 95 Libyans are facing counts of, contravening the Immigration Act. So they're not ruling out the possibility of adding more charges, but the questions are lingering, Oli, about what exactly this is and whether or not, the police will be giving further information and further details that could lead up to, further more people being arrested or more charges being pressed against those who were found in that particular camp. So far, we know that Home Affairs has revoked their visas, but let's take a listen to what the police commissioner had to say about this.
As the minister said, this place is accredited as security training service provider, and we are investigating. We cannot at this stage pinpoint all the wrongs to you. When we go to court, we find only 2 wrongs, or we pinpoint 10, we find 2, or we pinpoint 2. When you get to court, you find more. So we don't want to jeopardize our case going to court. The fact that is a accredited security service provider which is doing training, there is that thin line in terms of overlap or overstepping. Hence, we are investigating.
All right, Linda Mnisi, thank you very much for that comprehensive update live for us in White River. This is ahead of the 95 Libyans appearing in court tomorrow.